I stopped posting to Instagram over 6 months ago, and since then, my profit has jumped by 64%. Not only that, I'm spending way less time creating content, and to be totally honest with you, that was exactly what I was trying to do. It was my number one motivation for making the change in the first place. But there is one core shift I made behind the scenes that made this entire thing work, and I'm gonna share with you what that is in this video. So after analyzing over 1,200 coaching offers over the years, 8,000 sales calls, and spending over $1 million on ads, I still felt the pressure to show up everywhere and build a brand. All the gurus want to tell you to post daily stories on Instagram. There's so much pressure to be on Instagram. Everyone is on it. So to stay relevant, you feel like you need to keep up, post a reel a day, show up in your stories a few times minimum. And while that doesn't sound like a lot when I say it out loud, I was spending, no joke, just as much time each week doing that as it now takes me to create a high quality single YouTube video. So by the time you film the B-roll or hunt through your camera roll to find some, think of a hook, add text, format the text, make the caption, and then go search for a trending sound just to give it a shot at going viral. And that's not even counting the hours spent in Canva making carousels, hoping they'll get shared or saved. And then after all that, of course, you check the reach and the likes and the shares and the saves and especially the DMs because you want to see some kind of return on all that effort. And usually you're left disappointed and exhausted. Meanwhile, the guru is out here every week with a new hack, like don't post stories for 24 hours and then post again for a spike in views. And while some of those work to get instant gratification of views, do they actually turn into quality client enrollments? Serious question. Because if you want to optimize for profit, you have to start thinking about how much time you're spending on advertising and how much it's returning in sales. And I'm not talking about spending money on advertising. I'm talking about spending time on advertising. Here's the game a lot of online coaches are playing right now. They follow influencers who say that they've built a 7 or 8 figure business on Instagram with no ads, just by posting stories daily, like 7 to 9 minimum, making bold carousels, launching new courses every month, and constantly showing up to build their brand. And have a few of them done it? Sure. But maybe only 1 or 2 out of thousands, because let's be real, that's the lottery ticket model. It's just like an MLM. A tiny percentage of people make all the money at the top, and the rest, they're working overtime chasing a system that was never built to work for them. They keep selling you the dream, and you become the content creating worker bee buying their next course launch. And that's not a business. That's a hamster wheel dressed up as a strategy. You see, today's prospects, they need depth. And if you try to create this manually, you will likely burn out and quit, like sadly so many people do, because they think that it should work for them, like it has for those 1%. And what you need to do is choose to create depth without your constant involvement. This is actually proven by Google's 7-11-4 rule. As market competition and sophistication has increased over the past 5 years, it now takes more touch points to take someone from stranger to buyer. So it's 7 hours of content, 11 different touch points, 4 different locations. But if you try to accomplish this manually, you'll exhaust yourself. And honestly, it's not even gonna work anyway. So you see, when I started seriously looking at Instagram, I wasn't struggling or just starting out. I had already built a $5.5 million coaching business online. I was simply asking, what else is out there? How could I maximize my reach, my impact, my profit? So I studied the people winning on Instagram, you know, the top 1 to 2% that I mentioned earlier. But here were my conclusions. Number 1, it's unsustainable. Unless you love living your life on camera, posting constantly, storytelling daily, and keeping up with content like a second job, it's not realistic long term. Number 2, the algorithm works against you. Even great content gets buried. Instagram isn't a meritocracy, it's a game of momentum. And if you don't already have it and you don't keep it going every single day, it's incredibly hard to get traction organically. Number 3, the buyer pool, is low quality. Instagram buyers aren't deep decision makers. They're conditioned to scroll and consume, not commit. If you're selling a premium offer that requires real trust, Instagram scroll culture doesn't support that. And that's when it hit me. This model doesn't just require hustle, it's actually built to burn you out. It's flashy, it's noisy, and it works for 1% of people, but they'll sell it like it's the only way. And I was not going to build my next level of scale on that. So what I did was I studied my numbers. I wanted a high profit scaling business that was very lean, meaning it didn't require a large team, which I already had, or a high ad spend, which I had already done, or me taking sales calls all day, which I had already done also. I wanted a high profit business that required as little time as possible from me. So I doubled down on what I knew worked and what was showing to consistently work with high profit margins. This is a platform built for depth. It's built for positioning and for building trust. And for me, that's YouTube. Because unlike Instagram, YouTube isn't about being seen all the time. It's about being found at the right time when someone is searching for the solution that you provide. Reality is, no matter where someone hears about you nowadays, they look you up. If you don't show up with authority, you're going to lose the sale. So 73% of my current high ticket clients have now directly come from my YouTube channel. It wasn't always like that. But let me explain to you why it's working so well. Number one, YouTube videos become a long-term digital asset that works for you for days, for months, and for years to come. Contrast that with Instagram when your stories disappear in 24 hours and your feed is old in a week. There's no great search capability either on Instagram, but YouTube promotes your content literally years after it was posted. And if someone searches for what you provide, you will show up even 2 years later. Number two, YouTube buyers have intent. They're actively searching for solutions, not passively scrolling for a dopamine hit. In fact, YouTube doesn't just outperform Instagram, it even beats out LinkedIn in terms of audience quality, from education and income to readiness to buy. And number three, YouTube builds real trust. You can showcase your method, your proof, your personality, all in a 10-minute video that works harder than any story ever could. It's literally built to get your client to binge watch you, which is the best way to build trust without your involvement on a sales call. This is actually a screenshot of one of my videos, and take a look along the sidebar. It's promoting not one, not two, not three, but 4 other videos of mine while someone is watching one video. So if your goal is to get out of doing free sales calls, spending hours and hours talking to bad quality leads, or leads who say they love you and want to do it, but need to think about it, and then they ghost you, then YouTube is your next step. And contrary to what most people think, you don't need a large editing team, production team, and it doesn't need to take a long time to build up. I actually have clients with less than 1,000 subscribers making tens of thousands per month from their channel. So there's a reason why every 7, 8, and 9-figure online entrepreneur is going all in on YouTube. I quit Instagram not because it wasn't making me money or bringing in leads, but because it doesn't fit my chosen lifestyle. I don't want to live my life on social media, and I don't want to think every moment about the B-roll I should or could be filming. And the thing is that last month, my business exploded to profit of $102,000 with a very small team. Now, full disclosure, will you see me over there on Instagram? Yeah, you will, because we run ads there. And that's what I call the authority awareness engine. This allows me to stay top of mind across the 4 corners of the internet without manual posting and for a low daily ad spend. So you can learn all about how exactly we do that in the free training listed below. The reality is, if you want to have a life, it is not sustainable nor smart to build a business that requires you to generate content daily. Instead, you need to build a business that scales. So if you're a coach, expert, or course creator trying to scale a high ticket offer, you don't need more noise. You don't need to post more. You don't need to chase more volume of followers and views. You actually just need one marketable premium offer, and you need to spend just 1 to 2 hours a week creating long form content. Bonus is that you can repurpose the long form content into shorts for all platforms. So now that you might be thinking of quitting Instagram too and going all in on YouTube, you must watch this video next.